What's going on, Bills Mafia? I'm your boy TG. This is my boy Nature Boy. Welcome back to Top Billing. But before we get started, man, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that notification bell when we come on. And do it now, man. Please do
Yeah.
it now before you forget.
Let's get these subscribers up to about round 30. Yeah, let's try to get these subscribers up to around about 30. We got people watching, but everybody ain't subscribed. And so yeah,
I know,
let's get
man.
these subscriptions up.
Hit them likes too, man. Hit them likes. Hit
Oh
them
yeah.
likes. But other than that, man, we got camp coming up, and everybody's speculating already on what they want to see from camp, who they want to see shine at camp. What position battles, you know, um, that are upcoming that people want to lock in on. You know, and it's warranted. It's warranted. You know what I'm saying? Especially the position battles. You got
Yeah.
an open competition when it comes to middle linebacker. You got open competition when it comes to um, the cornerback two position. You got an open competition with guard. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of position battles, that we have coming up, and it's exciting, man.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, who's going to be, our starting 11 on both sides. Um, bar injury, I hope, we don't, no one gets injured during, training season, not only us, but any team. But,
Yeah. Yeah. I
but
like for everybody to go in at full strength.
full strength, man, no excuses. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, there's a lot of players, that we want to watch, and hopefully, somebody shines, um, that we didn't expect that would shine and most likely make the 53, So there's a lot of speculation on the running back position and who's going to start and who they want to see. A lot of people want to see Naeem Hines, do his thing with his offense. Um, you know, uh, of course, Damon Harris. People want to see what he looks like in camp, and even Cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even Cook, man. They want to see what he looks like. So, um, interesting camp. It's actually exciting. To see. It's actually going to be some battles. Um, it's going to be uh, what you call it? Sean McDermott's going to implement his defense. Put a stamp,
Yeah.
on his defense
Mm-hmm.
early, and you know, we gonna see what happened, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always exciting, especially for our team going into this season because we normally know where everybody's gonna be at, you know, when camp starts. We pretty much know at least 9 out of the 11 starters that's gonna, where they're gonna be at, before camp even start. So going into this off season, going into this training camp with so many position battles, it's really gonna be exciting to see how this all play out.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So, that being said, man, we got definitely some players to watch, and we both have our three of players who we want to watch, do their thing and training camp and make a name for themselves and hopefully solidify their position and shine going into the season, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Now you go ahead and give your first one. I want to hear you got on your list. Yeah, I want to hear what you. I want to hear what you finna let spill out your mouth.
All right, man. So my first watch, man, is pretty self-explanatory, and it's not the middle linebacker position. My position to watch is that cornerback two position.
Yeah.
We got Kyer Elam. Everybody want to see him solidify that position, being the first round pick. We traded up
Mm-hmm.
to get the guy. You know what I'm saying? We benched him the first game. You know what I'm saying? Not bench him, but he didn't start the first game.
Yeah.
So he had his hands full with Benford, man. So, it's kind of refreshing to see that you have to earn your position. That culture is definitely intriguing, and it's
Yeah.
welcoming to a lot of players who come to Buffalo, visit Buffalo, want to play for Buffalo, and know that, hey man, if I do my thing, in practice or consistently, I'm definitely going to have my opportunity at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Kyrie Elam, man, I hate to see him. You know, I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody like Josh Allen or, you know, Deion Dawkins or Trey White or, even, Tremaine Edmonds, that were already penciled in. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That was penciled in from day one,
Yep.
and I think Kyrie Elam expected the same thing. But,
Yeah.
it was just one of,
Especially with what our cornerback what our cornerback depth chart looked like when we drafted it. I'm pretty sure he thought he would be penciled in as a starter, before practice even started.
yeah. Yeah, he already think that he's the next best thing, first round pick. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
obviously he didn't learn from Ed Oliver. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
guess what I'm saying. Ed Oliver at this point where it was like they pulled him from the starting lineup, but um you got Kyrie Elam, like you said. You look at that depth chart, and he's like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and be Buffalo's next star cornerback.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Chris Benford came in and wrecked the party. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And
Yep.
like I say, you still got, a scrappy Dane Jackson. So, you
Yep.
know, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be fun to watch. Um, we seen what all three corners can do. But being that, last year has its ups and downs. Um, we're not gonna hold them to their skill set from what we seen last year. But I think they all showed something. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I think with Benford and Elam, they they were still learning, but we've seen a lot of flaws in Dane Jackson's game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, that doesn't define him. You know what I'm saying? So we can't take him out the equation. Um,
Right.
I am looking to see what Kyrie Elam is going to bring to the table. It's his position to lose, bro, because
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Benford is right there with him.
Oh
Is right
yeah.
there with him.
Yeah,
So
he had missed the beat going into this off season from when he had the injury last year. They still saying that this dude, especially on the mental level, he's all the way there. He know where he need to be at all times. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's what got him over the hump. What got him the starting job last year. You know what I'm saying? He just
hmm
knew the playbook better. He knew where he needed to be, and especially in the zone concepts, he just knew how to fill it out better than what Kaya did. And I think a lot of what went on with Dane Jackson last year, his physical abilities, his physical limitations showed last year with
yeah,
him having to be the number one corner with Trey White going in and him having to be on that side with the best receiver. It just really showed from a physical aspect of why he was a 7th round pick. He never really was out of position or anything like that. He just on a physical level, he just couldn't compete with them number ones week in and week out.
yeah. And you're right, he couldn't. So it had to be schemed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
had young cornerbacks and a young slash veteran cornerback as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Trying to fill in. So and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't hold Dane Jackson to this his flaws and limitations of what he did last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's been validated that, he's the type of player that continues to get better and better and better. And, he competes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It just goes to
Yeah.
show that, kind of like Gabe Davis, it was just one of the things that, it was your time to shine. You took advantage of some things and some things you didn't. You learn from that and you get better next season. So,
Yeah.
I definitely ain't counting them out at all. It wouldn't disappoint me if he was in there. I'm lying. I would like to see, one of those two second year players in there. But hey, if they ain't win the job, dog, it is what it is. So,
Right. Right.
um, so it is what it is. So I'm definitely want to see that Kyrie Elam, to see if he, has a kazoots to take and own that cornerback two position.
Hmm.
So that's my first player.
Okay. Yeah, I
my
like that. Yeah, I like that.
second player is it's obvious to everybody, man. Gabe Davis. You had so many people count you out in Bills Mafia and disrespect you in reference to the D Hop watch. Lot of disrespect this season, bro. This off season, and I want to see how he responds. Does he belong
Right.
there? Is he going to get another contract? Is he going to play like he deserves a contract? Like
Right.
these are the things that we want to see. Um, going to the season, we was already talking about that. We may have 2,000-yard receivers. You know what I'm saying? Because we was that high on Gabe's game.
Yep.
The plays he made, just he was a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like he shows up in big moments. It's not too big
Hmm.
for him. So you know that I think he disappeared a little bit last season, and of course, Bill Mafians took note, man. Like
Right.
you made big game Gabe or whatever you want to call him. It was there and it wasn't
Right.
more on the wasn't side than there was last season. So
Yeah, it was very inconsistent. You
yeah,
correct. It was very,
yeah,
very inconsistent.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't. If D Hop would have came, it was just one of them things. Like okay, I'm confident that Diggs and D Hop can get it done. Going into the season, I can't say the same thing about Gabriel Davis. I mean, I know the Bills are high on him, and they make the excuses for him with the high ankle sprain. I had a high ankle sprain before in my career in football. I understand, uh, how 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 it lingers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's annoying. It's one of those annoying injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can hurt it right back in the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you
Especially at the
still
receiver position. He having
yeah,
to, breaks and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
I agree. I agree. So, like I said, man, you almost had 900 yards. You know what I'm saying last season, and you can't ignore that. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
can't
that's
know that 18 yards a catch either.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So we can't ignore that. Those are solid numbers for you being your first year, being a number two guy. But it was too many inconsistencies, in regards to, helping Josh out, helping, with execution, pushing the ball down the field, doing your
Yeah.
part, not dropping the ball. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
In
saying?
in
So
big moments, clutch third down, stuff like that. We
yeah,
wasn't used to that from Gabe. We were used to Gabe making those big catches in those moments, no matter what the situation was. You
yeah,
know, that,
yeah.
that man tiptoe game was up to par with some of the best receivers we had ever seen up until
Ever. Yep.
last season. You
I
know,
agree.
and at one point I was like, man, this dude don't drop nothing when it needs to be caught. So
I agree.
maybe the injury had something to do with that, but we expected a whole lot more than what we got.
Yeah, I agree, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we was all, gawking at D Hop, hoping that he'll come to Buffalo and
Mhm.
and be our number two, receiver, man, next to Diggs. And we already envisioned how that would look. You know what I'm saying? We
Mhm.
totally took Gabe Davis out the picture, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we could put him in a slot. He can come in and rotate with, Trent. And then You know, he'll just be an afterthought. We may or may
Yeah,
not pay him. What we gonna pay
yeah,
him? 11 mil.
he
You know,
he
like
honestly would have been the fourth receiver. He wasn't gonna be the slot guy. So he would have been the fourth receiver, just giving Diggs and D Hop a breather pretty much. You know, when
yeah,
we went four wide, he might would be in, but yeah, if D Hop would have came in, not saying he would have been a complete afterthought, but he most definitely, I believe, playing maybe less than 50% of the snaps.
I agree. Like he would be. He would have been out there. Man, him Diggs and D Hop would have been dangerous, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We can't sleep on him like that from that aspect. Um, but yeah, man, like, you know, just his skill set, you know, what he did for us the first 2 years.
mm-hmm.
Um, you know, he still made some decent plays last season, but like you said, the big moments is where it counts the most. And so he didn't show up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you know, if somebody's, you know, and this is what people have done and what he would have to understand. And I'm paying close attention to this season. Diggs is clearly their best receiver. When you get to a point, just like the Jets did, right? They double team Diggs and they put Sauce on Gabe Davis. He locked his ass down. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So he putting their best corner on their number two receiver. You're gonna bracket, the number one. What are you gonna do, number two?
Yeah.
You have to shine in those, you got to thrive in those moments, because if you thrive in those moments, okay, now you're gonna force the defense to try to make some type of adjustment. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's gonna relieve, not completely take away, but it's gonna relieve the double team on Diggs. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's my thing, man. You know, I know we're talking about Kincaid coming in the lineup. That's going to relieve more. Hopefully, we still got Dawson Knox. We still got James Cook coming out the backfield. We got Mighty Mouse coming in our slot. Like, I mean, we have different weapons that we can have, but at the end of the day, are you the guy that can take on the top corner, on the other team's defense, to relieve that pressure? Because if you can, look at what the Bengals can do. Go ahead and put your top corner on Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? He's gonna get his. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
He's gonna
Oh
get
yeah.
his. Physical
He can
receiver.
eat. Yeah, he can eat.
So that's what I'm saying, man. So I'm definitely looking at that. I want to see a jump, and I'm not really going to see a jump. For me, I know everybody's different. Oh, Gabe looked great. He make big catches. But
Mm-hmm.
seeing how he looks, as far as route running wise, and his explosiveness, and how he tracks the ball, those are the things I'll be looking for going into the season. My biggest thing, what I'm going to see, is game one. Is he going to redeem himself going against Sauce Gardner? Is
Right.
he going to make those catches and be more physical, and prove that he's a number two receiver and that he's reliable going down the stretch of the season, instead of, to me, jumping in the shell last year.
Right. Right. I feel you 100%. Yeah, I feel you 100% on that.
Hmm. All right, man. Number three. Number three was hard. It's a plethora of players I want to see, man. Like, I want to see what Shane Ray gonna do. I want to see, you know, what Ed Oliver gonna do. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see, the battle between the middle linebacker position. I'm going to guard position. I want to see that battle, and my
Mm-hmm.
eyes on Mr. Bates. So Mr. Bates, to me, I mean, he's another one like Gabe Davis. You got pushed out. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? A lot of people are already, crowning my boy, Torrance as a starter. If not now, later. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
McGovern, they're saying, okay, we already paid the guy. There's no way we're not going to play him or start him. He's
Yeah,
already quote unquote penciled in.
yeah, left guard.
Yeah, at guard, you know what I'm saying? Spencer Brown's penciled in. Dawkins is penciled in. Morris is penciled in. Bates, you're not penciled in, bruh. You're not penciled in. So it's gonna be a battle, man. You got my man. What's the dude from the Rams?
David Edwards.
David Edwards. You got David
Yeah,
Edwards. You got Torrance.
yeah.
You got
Don't
these
don't
other two guys.
yeah. Don't forget Ike Baca. He done came back. He looked good before the injury.
I'm not counting him, bro.
You
It's
ain't
no
got to
start.
count it, but hey, he it's still competition. It's competition from somebody who done got starter snaps. I mean, it is what it is.
I feel you
Like,
though. I feel you though.
yeah.
I feel you. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just saying he's a death piece. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's his role. And I like I said,
mhm,
it's competition. He may push Bates. He may push Bates.
yeah.
Look. I am. I ain't gonna sit here and like I'm not trying to discount nobody's talent. I really am. But at the end of the day, you know, Bates has been proven. You know what I'm saying? My boy Edwards been proven. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
My boy Torrance is an intriguing prospect to watch
mhm.
to see if he can overcome that position. You know what I'm saying? So um, Bates, man, I want. This is where guts and glory comes in, baby. Like you got to be able to prove you belong, and no matter what, just like what Kyrie Elam is going through, you got to be able. It's not given to you because
Right.
they gave you a contract, but at the end of the day, I mean, what Bean say? He said, man, it doesn't matter what your draft status or your salary is.
It don't.
You will be on that bench.
Yeah,
You know
we've
what I'm
seen it.
saying?
We've seen it.
Yeah, of course. So that's what I'm saying. So Bates, it's going to be an intriguing battle, man. I want to see what he does. I love the fact that the Bills did this because competition pushes out the best out of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Imagine if you got a chick and she bad, right? And I know I used this reference in like two shows ago, but
Hmm.
you got a chick, that's bad, and you love her and whatever, and all of a sudden you get too comfortable. All of a sudden, man, you got other guys on your heels, like man, all in her ear can offer her a lot of stuff that you can't offer her. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So what's that gonna do? You either gonna be like
Right.
be insecure, or you're gonna be like, hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna step your
Yeah.
game up. So
Right.
the same in this situation. Like, hey, Bates, you've been given the contract. You've been given the starting position. I ain't gonna say you
Hmm.
earned the starting position. This year is different. You know what I'm saying? We got some competition. And McGovern is not penciled in. Let's be clear on that. We just assuming that because he got the contract. But
Right.
but on that note, the guards are open position, but I think Bates is a little bit more. I ain't gonna say in trouble, but the eyes are definitely looking in that position, to
Oh
see if
yeah.
he's gonna be able to hold his own, or is he gonna be a backup piece to where he can back up the center position or guard or tackle if we need him.
Right.
So
Right.
those are
See,
my three.
because with Bates, you got to think. Okay, he earned the start job. He got the contract match that the Bears tried to, give him. Bills matched it, showed that they wanted him. It's not like he had the greatest season. He got pushed around just as much as Stafford did at times,
I
especially in the
agree.
run game. He
I
held up
agree.
better in the pass game, I believe. I feel like his instincts when it comes to pass pro it's pretty awesome. He's good at picking up blitzes when he's like a free man. Like he's good at peeling back, picking up blitzes and things like that. I love him in pass pro, but in the run game, man, he's so light in the ass that he gets pushed around by bigger tackles. So yeah, he has a lot to prove going into this season. I'm really intrigued by Torrance. Not giving up a sack in college. I don't care. That's impressive. That's just highly impressive, especially from a guard of his stature. He's not
Yeah.
an athletic guard. He's just a big roadblock. So with him having the ability to be as good as he seems to be in pass pro, you know, hopefully it pans out for him in the NFL because he's gonna be taking on a different breed of guys, week in and week out. But he did good against SEC talent. That says a lot to me. So, but it's still like you say, Bates. It's his position to lose, pretty much.
Yeah.
It is his position to lose.
Yeah. All right, man. That's my three, man. So what you got?
Man, mine should be pretty obvious. Mine's more on the offensive side of the ball.
Okay.
And mine is not in any particular order, but to piggyback off what you were saying about Gabe Davis, my eyes are on Deontay Hardy. I look at what he can bring to the table in the slot and his ability to be not really a gadget guy, but he can do that. I look at his numbers and his best season compared to Isaiah McKenzie's best season. It don't even add up. It's not even close. They're already saying great things about him, from what they've seen in the practices they had. And I feel like when Josh Allen have somebody that can get open in between the numbers, he's that much more better of a quarterback when he has somebody that can get open in between the numbers. And we didn't have that last year, So I'm very intrigued. Once I look at tape again, I went back last night and looked at, Deontay Hardy and seeing, man, I like this dude right here. It's just his size. That's the only thing and that's not even for him. It's almost an advantage. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
It's hard for
Yeah.
him. It's hard for a 6'1" receiver. I mean, a 6'1" cornerback to jam a 5'6" receiver that's that low to the ground. You know what I'm saying? His breaks off of the line of scrimmage are so lightning quick. It puts you in the mind of what Beasley was bringing to the table, but with a lot more pop to it. And he's thick. He's short, but he's thick. He has the ability to break arm tackles. You're not gonna bring him down with arm tackles, and he's got some dog in him too. So Deontay Hardy, that's one of the guys that I'm really wanting to see what he can bring to this offense, and I think he could help Josh Allen out a lot. How you feel about that?
Definitely an upgrade. I'm not concerned about his size. Like, I've seen enough on film to see what he can do that Isaiah McKenzie couldn't do. Like, this dude, he doesn't shy away from contact. He goes up the middle. He'll make a catch anywhere on the field. He's a yak monster, man. I mean, the guy is, he has an attitude, which I love. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a nice guy. He ain't trying to be nobody's friend.
Right.
He comes in and he gotta prove himself. He has a self chip on his shoulder that's gonna be probably throughout his career because his size is what everybody talks about. You know what I'm saying? So he has continuously to prove himself, from that aspect of where he can be a dynamic playmaker on offense other than special teams. So Hardy is definitely an intriguing, guy that I want to watch as well. I think he just brings a different dynamic, man. Like, he's just explosive, like you said about, the seasons with McKenzie versus, Hart. It doesn't, like, why are we even talking about it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, definitely it's definitely a factor. We feel like Josh needed some weapons. This is one of the other different type of weapon that we have. Khalil Shakir, he gonna have his hands full. I mean, we got him in the fifth round, and and he's supposed to be a draft gem, but dealing with Mr. Hardy, man, he gonna still have to earn his right to be on the field.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
so yeah, man, I like that. I'm definitely gonna watch him too.
Oh yeah. Eddie ain't never played with a quarterback the caliber of Josh either,
Mhm.
in his whole life, So I mean this right here, it can boost us. Excuse me.
Oh man, you got COVID.
Oh no, that's that sweet ganja. That sweet ganja. What that is. Oh yeah. But yeah, my second game. You silly man. But my second guy, man, he's just as intriguing to me. Of course, it's our first round pick, Dalton Kincaid. Uh, another guy that can get open in between the numbers, and I think that it's gonna help Josh out so much. It might not show as early in the season as it might show later into the season, going into the playoffs. He'll have time to, gel, get comfortable with the speed of the game. It's a lot faster than college. But like I say, they say this man's hands is like glue. If he do drop a pass, he not down on himself. He just on to the next play type of guy. Uh, I love his mentality. I love the way he talk, the way he speak. He's not too high on himself. So I think Dalton Kincaid can be a huge X factor for this team late in the season, going into the playoffs. He's very intelligent. He's good at reading defenses. And this is a guy coming from junior college that didn't play much high school football, But
Yeah,
yeah, Dalton Kincaid, man, that's the second guy on my list. And I just, like I say, I really think, and another thing, I think he got a lot more dog in him than what they give him. They talk about his finesse game so much. I think he got a lot more dog in him than what they give him.
I agree.
He's a yak monster too for the tight end position. I want to see how
Yeah.
his speed looks in the NFL.
You know what? People. I don't. I avoid Kincaid because so many people are just putting a huge amount of pressure on this guy to perform early. You know what I'm saying? Like, my expectation of Kincaid, he can have 3 yards, 3 catches for 40 yards, stuff like that, man. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have to, like you said, man, the speed of the game changes. You got to get your foot grounded into the league. And, my biggest thing is to see him down the stretch. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
the fourth quarter of the season,
yeah,
going into
yeah.
the fourth season. So, yeah,
Exactly.
I want to see, different flashes of him, but I'm not looking forward to him taking over games until
Right.
later on in the season. So, I also agree that, he has some dog in him. He can block. He ain't no,
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it, but, let's say he ain't no simp.
Right.
So, he's people are talking more about his finesse game because that's a huge strength of his.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's talking to him. No one's talking about him as a blocker because of
Right.
his size. So we've seen it on tape that he can block.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be the best blocker? That's going to be one of those things that he's going to, of course, get better at.
Right.
They're not walking around. He's not walking around with bubble wrap around him. Expecting to get out and get some reps at receiving. He's
Right.
going to have to go against them big ends and big 3-4 ends and outside linebackers. You know what I'm saying? You got to get physical, baby. So,
Oh yeah. Oh
um,
yeah.
but Kincaid is definitely intriguing. That's the obvious. But I do want to see how he performs later on down the stretch instead of
Yeah.
the beginning of the season.
Right. Right. And he'll learn a lot from Rambo. He'll learn a lot from Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox was a tight end that played quarterback in high school. So once he got to the league, he had a lot to learn when it came to the blocking game. And that's in pass pro and run blocking. Tight ends ain't
Yeah.
always required to just run block. Sometimes they have to stay in. For they stay in for protection if they think a blitz coming or something like that. So yeah, he could learn a lot from somebody who had to learn a lot themselves. I think
Yeah.
Dawson Knox will be able to show him some good techniques and things that he picked up. And also our tight ends coaches. I think they did well with Dawson Knox over the years. I mean, he's not the big high number guy like 800, 900 yards a season, but he's reliable. He really had become a reliable guy. He's gonna make those big catches. He's just not a high volume target guy. You know what I'm saying? I think our tight ends were targeted the least in the league. And you wouldn't think that from as wide open as our offense is. So
Yeah.
hopefully that combination, man, it'll be real solid, like you say, down the stretch, going into the playoffs. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking
Yeah.
for week 1 against the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. All right,
So,
man. Who's that number 3?
My third, it actually is a defensive guy, and it's at the middle linebacker position. I like athleticism and Dorian Williams. Not saying he'll win it coming right out of camp, but I believe that by halfway through the season, by bye week, they won't have a choice but to put him in. Almost like Matt Milano. The times Matt Milano was getting in the games, he was flashing and doing so much that by the end of the season, his rookie year, he was a full-fledged starter, and we knew it wasn't no questioning it. You know what I'm saying? I think Dorian Williams will have a lot to learn, of course, with more complex defense. But I think the defense that he played in college was pretty similar, and it ran like a nickel defense, So I believe his ability in to run with tight ends and running backs, and also his stature, I think he'll be able to get out blocks, like I say, better than what people think. I think he got some dog in him. I think he's gonna be a chirper too. He seemed like it's gonna be like more fun loving, not a lot of shit talking, but he gonna be talking out there. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you
And
mean.
I like them kind of guys. Tremaine Edmonds really wasn't that, and the leader of that defense, he got to have some asshole in him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
You
he
true.
got to
You
have
look
some
look at
asshole
Aaron
in him a
Donald.
little bit. Huh?
Yeah. Look at Aaron Donald.
Oh yeah. Aaron Donald, he had a big smile on his face, but he gonna talk some shit out there on that field.
Mm-hmm.
He blow your ass up. He gonna let you know about it. And if you a teammate of his and you get blowed up, he gonna let you know about that too. I heard of a story where a guy got driven all the way to the sideline, and he told me if that shit ever happen again, he won't never get out there on the field with him, or line up next to him again. That's what you're looking for a leader on defense. You know what I'm saying? Tremaine Edmonds, yeah, he could get the defense lined up, and but as far as rallying the troops, I just don't think he was too much of a quiet guy. You know what I'm
He
saying? I'm
tried
not.
though, dog. He really tried. He tried.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he really did, but it didn't sound right. Like,
right.
like you said, man, you gotta be a natural at this thing, dog. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like Diggs is a natural. Like,
Ooh,
you know,
yeah,
Josh Allen is a natural. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So, Deion Dawkins is a natural. Like
Mm-hmm.
all these dudes got some dog in them, man. Tre'Davious White, Michael Hyde, Poyer.
Yeah,
Like these
yeah.
dudes, everybody do it differently, but every one of these every one of these dudes got some dog, bro. Like,
Right.
but like you said, I think Dorian got that dog in him too. And like you said, man, it may be a mid season transition. The more comfortable he gets with the speed of the game and how to shed blocks and things of that nature, he'll be a more impactful player. Um,
Yep.
The linebacker that comes to mind is the one for Kansas City. Is it Bowden?
Bolton.
Bolton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get my names right today to save my life.
Hey,
But
it's all good, big guy.
I mean, I can care less about these people anyway. But but like his impact, especially towards like the postseason and the Super Bowl, man, he made some plays out there, bro. So
Yeah,
I see,
same
I can
stature,
see,
same stature.
yep, I can see Dorian Williams doing that. I can see him, being a more impactful player than what Tremaine Edmonds was, and a more vocal leader. Because
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
it seems like it comes natural. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, man, I agree. I try to stay away from the middle linebacker competition. Of course, that's going to be front and center more than anything. Number two will probably be the cornerback position. Um, but I can't lie. Like it's going to be intriguing. I want to know who's going to take our defense out on the field and lead them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's going to be, T Dot. I mean, he's serviceable.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, Bernard. I haven't seen really enough from Bernard before I start clowning him. I really haven't seen enough of him in his professional career. I've seen a lot of feel good highlights in
Right.
Baylor, where he had so many tackles and he was the heart and soul of that defense. But I just see a finesse linebacker. I don't give
Yeah.
a damn how much weight he don't put on. So,
Right.
but with
And it's a
Dorian Williams,
reason why they drafted another linebacker in the third round again. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't
that's my thing, bro.
yeah.
That's my thing.
It's like, I can't wait until the preseason to see Dorian Williams fly around on that field and just catch somebody. Because I know I just really feel like the boy can hit. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like the boy got that thump in him. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it's proven. I think he does have the thump in him. But I mean, being a smart player and being a physical player are two totally different things. Like he has
Oh yeah.
all the physical attributes. I think he's a smart player as well. He knows how to use those attributes. Like he knows how to use his speed against the offensive lineman trying to block him. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
has enough strength, enough technique, enough explosiveness to get off those blocks. And I think he's an instinctive player. You know what I'm saying? So, having all those things, it's exciting to see what he'll do. He'll put it together, in the NFL, even if it is preseason. But to your point, I'd rather see him down the stretch, making these plays and being an X factor, rather than be a liability. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because we did not have, to your point, a leader when it came to that Bengals game. And they marched up and down the field. You can say what you want about Tremaine Edmonds, man. But like you said, Tremaine Edmonds didn't have no dog in him, bro.
He did.
So, if he did, I mean, he'll look them players in the eye and he would straighten their little butts out right there in that huddle. Like, forget getting them lined up. Forget that. Forget, hey, man, you need to be here. Hey, man. Hey, man, line up right here. Come on, guys. Cover four. Cover four. You got to be out there. You got to be able to knock the hell out of somebody. You got to be up there to get in somebody's face. You got to be out there to encourage your team. Like, look, man, we getting embarrassed out here. Like, he may not do that, but I'm telling you what, he's going to develop into that type of player to where he's going to have to rally the troops and the defense going to get it done.
Oh yeah. I see it. Yeah, I see it.
So, but yeah, man. So training camp is coming up. I'm excited to see it. Everybody else is excited to see it. Like is here, man. We've been hearing about the Jet, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the competition, man. I love the competition. Shout out to D Hop, by the way. Who signed with the Titans. I think, he is a missing piece of what the Titans needed. I was looking at that receiver core, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, between the Patriots and which they need the receiver too, but between them two teams, I really hope the Titans get D Hop.
Their receiving core is atrocious.
Atrocious. It's not even a word for that. Like, it was.
Yeah, their front office ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Well, clearly,
I don't know how you let a receiver I don't know how you let a receiver like AJ Brown walk out the door. You would have thought he done something to him the way they got rid of him.
I don't care, man. I mean, people make business decisions all the time in the NFL, bro. So, if they feel like that's the best thing for their team, you either going to prove that you can do better, or you prove that you shot yourself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at what Minnesota did with Stephon Diggs. They traded him. But guess what? They got them an all-world, all-pro receiver in Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? So, he happened to fall in their lap. It wasn't like, oh, okay, we know we're going to get him. He just honestly actually fell in their lap. So, like I say, it's about taking your risk for reward. That's part of business. So, if you don't have but the thing is having a plan to back that up. Yeah, I don't think they didn't have a plan. They clearly didn't have a plan. So D Hop definitely saved some jobs around there. I'm excited to see the Titans, get back to relevancy. They're getting disrespected in their own conference. So, hope D Hop, shows not only what he can do for the Titans, but what he can do for himself to regain his name as being one of the top receivers in the NFL again. So, shout out to D Hop, man. But other than that, man, that's our show. I appreciate everybody, tuning in, man. I really do. We really do. You know what I'm saying? I decided not to go with the Bills background today, man. It's nice out here, man. I'm getting my chill on right now. So, I want to do it outside today.
Enjoy it. That humidity ain't kicking ass out there today like it has been down
there. It's very blissful out here. You know what I'm saying? So I really need to go in there and spray some off of me before these mosquitoes tear my ass up some more.
The mosquitoes at his house are treacherous, y'all. There's some bitches over there that eat you alive. You can't even stand outside the car for 2 minutes. You look like a whelp when you get back in the car.
It's not like that no more, man. I don't know. I think it ain't like that no more. But look, I'm grateful that it's not like that anymore. I'm out here with a candle, the off candle right now, and it's doing a pretty good job. But other than that, like to your point, like last summer, man, them things were like flying vampires. Like they'll fly through that and get to you, no problem. No problems. I don't know. They must migrate to somebody else's yard. I'm grateful for it.
There's enough meat over in your yard.
I know it. We all hide inside.
Oh man.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you, man. Everybody, hey, thank you for tuning in, man. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Help support the show. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue to drop new content, man. And it's good content. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I'm your boy TG. This is my boy Nature Boy. This is Show Top Billing. And we out.
Let's get that thing to 30 subscribers. Let's get that thing to 30.